Yes. Top of the evening. You know the vibes, the news. By Shanewz. This is a special, another interview edition. Shanewz Boxing Media Marketing Agent. Um, 8:30. I'm gonna have Joseph Diaz Jr., Jo Jo Diaz, former 2012 Olympian, also former IBF champion. He has a fight this Saturday in Fresno, California. Um, so we're gonna get him in here, pick his brain a little bit. I got a couple questions tonight for him. Get him on up in here. That's why I didn't come on earlier, because I was really trying to keep the energy up. And I didn't take my sea moss today, y'all. I didn't get my sea moss in me. And I just think overall, right, the energy that is coming off the YTC as far as boxing right now it's not a good energy. It's not a good energy, especially when you do actually do boxing things. Like, to me personally, all the boxing conversations and the different groups that talk boxing, I never was big on that, because a lot of that, guys been showed their hand that they really don't support authentic boxing content and boxing stuff. But now it's like the cesspool is even dirtier. Appreciate, oh man, look, right off bat, two $5 joints. Shout out to WCS and also Mr. Gumbo. Appreciate both of you guys with the $5 donations. If you guys have a question for Joseph, man, feel free. Put it in the comments, man. Put it in the comments, man. You know. Get him up in here, man. He just texted me, you ready? Look, Joseph is a professional. I'm telling him right now, I'm on. Look, that's why I love dealing with the professionals, man. This is a former world champion. I'm going to ask him some of that stuff. If you got a question, put the question in there. I'll get to it after I get a couple of my questions, speaking points out. And we'll take it from there, man. Cause you know me. I gotta put in my resume work. But where I'm at with it now in the game, I'm sharing the experience. So if you have a question, because I know a lot of guys, I'm telling you, they sit on the internet all day long and they talk boxing, but they don't talk to fighters, they don't talk to no coaches, they don't talk to no players in the game, managers, none of that. I do this on the regular. I've been doing it on the regular. Now I'm starting to share my experiences even more, and I'm really sharing them more because I feel like I'm growing and I'm blessed and I'm in a better situation, where regardless of the YouTube community, how do I put this? The YouTube community acceptance is not stopping nothing that I'm doing. Only thing that is actually doing is I'm exposing the YouTube community and the whole YouTube vibes of boxing. We're gonna get Jo Jo Diaz in here. Now Jo Jo Diaz, right? Before he gets in here, quick background. This guy has fought a who's who. Gary Russell Jr., Tevin Farmer. He beat Tevin Farmer for the IBF belt. Javier Fortuna, Devin Haney. This upcoming Saturday, he's fighting the guy that Ryan Garcia just beat before he beat Devin Haney. And I'll let him explain some of that. So this is a pretty dope interview for me, man. Pretty dope interview, And check this out, right? I'm hot right now. I'm gonna just throw this out there. This is 3 straight for y'all, man. Three straight interviews, back to back to back. I'm like the Bulls right now, 3-peating on y'all, man. And listen. I felt like doing it like this. We just came off a fight week where a lot of you guys are sitting around listening to content creators talking about nothing. They didn't do nothing at the fight week, and they're still doing nothing now. This is going to be a former world champion, former Olympian. So right there, those are the two highest levels as an amateur to represent. Here he is right here. Let me get the man up in the building. Shout out to Jo Jo. Jo Jo Diaz, I appreciate you coming through. Look to you, my guy. How are you feeling? It is your fight week. Um, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. It's fight week finally, man, and I'm excited. I'm excited. It's a big event and it's a big card and it's a big fight for myself to make some noise after last weekend's performance. Boxing is back and it's exciting. So I'm ready to just go out there and execute my game plan and do what I got to do to really look astonishing against Oscar Duarte.
Yes, yes. Speaking of Oscar Duarte, he fought Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia just got a big victory. What will a good performance and a victory over Oscar Duarte do for you moving forward? What you think?
I mean, sky's the limit. I think at that point, man. I'm just, trusting in the Lord and just trusting in my ability and just sticking to the script, man. Doing everything that I need to be in the best shape of my life come fight night, but also doing the best outside of the ring as well to be, the best version of myself.
He froze for a second. We'll get him back in. Somebody
Can
probably
you hear me?
called his. Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah, I hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, to be
Yeah.
the best for my family as well. So I'm just locked in, man. I'm locked in. A lot of people are counting me out, but I mean, Oscar Duarte, he's a hard hitter, man. He's a hard hitter and he's a good fighter, and I'm glad that people are counting me out because it's even going to make that my victory that more, amazing.
Definitely, definitely. Now, describe a fight week, man. You're a seasoned vet. Like, walk us through a fight week for you, man. Because, like I said, former world champion, Olympian. What is the process for you for a fight week?
Yeah, like right now, man, I'm just chilling, man. I'm doing everything just, by myself now. Staying just, in tune to myself, in tune to the vision that I have, for my family, for myself, and just being around, my loved ones. And before, man, when I was, for the Devin Haney fight and for Javier Fortuna and those type of fights, I had a lot of people around me, man, a lot of different types of energies just around me, dude. So it was hard for me just to really, focus on what I needed to do to execute for fight night and to execute to, make the weight. Right now, I'm calm, cool, and collective. I'm at 141 pounds right now.
Yeah.
The weight's at 138, and I'm gonna be strong in there, dude. I'm gonna walk in. I would say a big, 155, 158 pound fighter come fight night, and Oscar Duarte, he's gonna be feeling my punches.
Oh man, excellent, excellent. I want you to touch on what you just touched on because I always stress the fact of energy, and I like what you talked about when you fought Devin Haney and Javier Fortuna, and a lot of people that were around the energy. Just break that down more. Like as a fighter, do you feed off of that? So sometimes, like I like to say, the vibes, right? So the vibes. Just speak on that a little bit.
Yeah, man. I mean, now that I'm older, now that I'm more, just aware and alert of everything. I mean, I've been through a lot, man. I lived like a rock star for a few years, dude, and just been around a lot of a lot of crazy shit, dude. So I could just tell when you're in there, man, when a fighter is at that success and when they're at that point of um, getting that momentum and building that fan base and having people praise you and thinking and just like praising you and stuff like that, you're on cloud nine and you think that you're the shit. You think that your shit don't stink. You get easily distracted because there's so much temptation and there's so much different things that are being surrounded to you where it's hard for you to stay focused. And I'm thankful that I'm able to I'm able that I'm able to say that I went through that and I experienced that, and I still have, a bright future ahead. After this fight Saturday night, I felt like I've learned a lot, just my whole career and everything, man. I mean, I let that time. I enjoyed that time, dude. But now it's time to take the throne again, and time to showcase to everybody that I'm one of the best fighters in the world. I've been fighting my whole entire life, man. I've done this my whole entire life, and I'm not done yet. And it's gonna prove come Saturday night.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I like to ask guys like you, especially guys like you that have been to the mountaintop as an amateur, representing the country, former world champion, IBF. If you could give advice to a young guy, about the trials and the tribulations, the growth, the progress, the disappointments. This give them something about that journey. Because like I said, you've been to the top as a 2012 Olympian representing the country, which is the highest thing that you could do as an amateur, and also as a professional world champion. So you know the journey.
Yes, I would say to all the younger people and all the people that are, striving to be great and that have a bright futures ahead in the boxing game, just stay true to yourself, keep your family close, keep your loved ones close, focus on, constant training, save your money, tremendously. Make sure that you build your fan base, and make sure that you don't sign any management company or to any manager until until you know that the deal is correct. Don't get desperate, and don't jump the gun and get tied into deals where you're losing out on a lot of money. A lot of fighters, they tend to do that, and it's bad, but it's good for the sport, and it's good for these investors, because they're making a lot of money at the end of the day. But for young fighters, man, you guys got to realize that you guys are the ones risking your lives, and you guys are the ones that are promoting yourselves. You guys are got to be the ones responsible for everything. So you guys got to make sure that you guys are just smart, save your money, and make sure that you guys get the right percentages, so that way you're not getting fucked over. And when it's all said and done, you could have money in the bank, you could have a good foundation, and you could be happy, and you could just be set for life, and just know that you did everything right in the sport.
Absolutely. Yo, great gems right there. Great gems from somebody that has walked that journey and still, continue to walk that journey. Now, this fight camp, how long was this fight camp for you?
This fight camp was right after my last fight, bro. I fought in February.
February, yep.
Yeah, and I went back to work that Monday, man. I wasn't excited with the decision. I thought I won. I thought I executed my game plan. I thought I did good. Yes, he had a lot of output, but I still thought I did enough to win the fight. But in this fight, man, I'm more locked in, because I know that this is like sink or swim right now, man. And I know that this fight right here is a good name to get me back to where I need to be, and to really shock the world and shock the boxing fans, and let everybody know that I'm back, and my name's here, and I'm ready to go. So I'm just locked in, man. I'm ready to just go out there and give them my all come Saturday night.
Definitely, definitely. And when I ask guys about camp, I also like to give them the opportunity to, shout out some of the guys, that got you, gave you work, sparring partners, coaches, things like that, man.
Oh yeah, I want to give shout out to my coaches, my father, Joseph Diaz, my other coach. I got AJ, and my other boy Christian as well. They're new members of the team. So some of my training people that have been running with me as well, Marcus and my boy Marky as well. I'm just like I said, man, I'm happy, and I'm very very thankful, guys. And make sure you guys tune in. I promise it's going to be a exciting fight.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Let them know for the people that's going to be watching this, and when I share it, where they can purchase tickets in Fresno for the fight and all that as well.
Yeah, the fight's going to be in Fresno, California. It's going to be at the Save Mart Arena, and
Yes,
you can purchase tickets at the Save Mart on Ticketmaster. Um, but it's going to be a good event. It's going to be live on the Zone. I'm not the TV opener. I believe there's two girls fighting on the card as well that are going to be the TV openers, and then after that it's me and Oscar Duarte, and then you got Jose Ramirez and Virgil Ortiz as well. So
that's
it's going to
right.
be a stat card. I'm excited to put on for all the Fresno people as well, and all the hardworking farmers out there. It's gonna be
Yeah.
good, man. It's gonna be a good event.
Shout out to Fresno, definitely, definitely. Another thing I want to ask you, camp will be over. You know, you're gonna rehydrate. What's that first meal like? This is one of my go-to questions. I love to ask all the fighters because now they get to taste something that they haven't had in a while.
Yeah, my first meal that I make sure that I gotta have it after my after the weigh-ins is my chicken Alfredo. Gotta
Okay.
get that pasta. I gotta get
Okay.
that those carbs and the protein, man. After a lot of people they don't understand, but after you fight, after you weigh in, you gotta make sure that you replenish your body. Not just drinking water to rehydrate, man. You gotta get all the sodium. You gotta get all your nutrients and everything back. Your carbs, your protein, your electrolytes. Make sure
Yeah.
that you're 110% ready, man, because it's messed up that the sport of boxing, you get a lot of fighters that end up getting hurt and brain dead and stuff like that, because it is a brutal sport, but they get a lot of brain dead as well because they dehydrated it wrong, man, and it's messed up, man. That needs to change, and I'm hoping that later on in the future that it does change and people start realizing that they need to get all those nutrients in them.
Yeah, absolutely. Get the minerals, nutrients back into the body. That's a gem that he just gave you. Now, did you happen to catch the fights this past week? I know you said the excitement is back. Did you catch the fight? Being that you shared the ring with Devin Haney, now you're about to share a common opponent of Ryan Garcia. Did you catch the fights this weekend?
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I was locked in. I was locked in.
Okay. What
It
did
was a good
what?
fight. It was an exciting fight, man. It was just a good build up, and it was good for the sport of boxing, man. And I mean, there was a lot of factors that went into it that I think the way everything happened. I mean, it's crazy. Ryan executed his game plan. He did what he had to do, and he got the victory, dude. But the that weight, the 143, and making Devin Haney, make the 140, and him not sacrificing to dehydrate and get down to that weight. Um, that plays a lot of toll, and also the rehydration clause too, man. There was no rehydration clause, so both of these guys were able to just you know get hydrated to their full strength, and that right there was Ryan's biggest advantage, and
Mhm.
his other advantage was they fought 6 times. They fought six
Yeah.
times. If you look at different videos of them sparring in the past, fucking Ryan Garcia was landing that same hook on Devin Haney, that
Mm.
exact same hook. Boom! It was catching him, dude, and it was just like Ryan Garcia picked off right where he left off in their fights, in the amateurs. It seemed like it was like that, dude. And he executed that game plan, and he did what he had to do, and he got the victory.
Now, somebody that has been in the ring with Devin Haney, you been in the ring with Devin Haney, and Devin Haney is known to rehydrate big. When you faced him, it seemed like it was a size different. He rehydrated a lot bigger than you. But with Ryan, it seemed like they was on a maybe even Ryan might have been a little bigger than him. Do you think that played a key factor in that fight?
Oh, yeah. I mean, because Ryan didn't have to weigh in again. There was no rehydration clause, so Ryan already 3 pounds already over heavier than Devin Haney going into it, and he didn't have to over exert his body as well to deplete himself to
Mm.
make those last 3 pounds. So that right there gives him a lot of energy to resisted energy to go into the fight with, man. And everything, all that was just perfectly executed. I mean, Devin Haney, hats off to him. He chose to be great, and he thought that he was able to win the fight still, despite the fact that Ryan Garcia didn't make weight and there was no hydration clause. Hats off to him, but I mean, he bit off a little more than he could chew, man.
Absolutely. And now, as a fighter, man, please break that down for the people because, like, you get the casual fans, you get the people on here that don't really know. They're like, "Oh, that was only 2 to 3 pounds. He could have took that off." Just you was just talking about that a little bit, but go into more detail and let these you know, casual fans know that a pound, is a lot when you're trying to cut that weight.
Yeah, so when you're getting down to like the the neat and greedy, right where you're like about like 2 to 3 pounds overweight, it starts getting really really hard because your body is already since you're already a lot. Some people, a lot of fighters, they end up trying to drop 15 to 10 pounds a week of the fight. So when they're already dropping down and they're already almost to the last 2 to 3 pounds, their body starts getting into survival mode. And if you didn't make weight right, and if you didn't, if you had sugars, and if you had sodiums, and if you had carbs and shit like that, the week of the weigh-ins, it's gonna be harder to get that water off of you because your body is trying to hold on to all that water and that nutrients to keep you in survival mode. It's in survival mode at that point. So when you're trying to sweat those last pounds off, man, it's really hard to trigger the body and to trigger the mind to not be in survival mode anymore. So you have to, work out a little extra, run a little harder, get the body to hot a little harder, so that way those last few pounds could just start sweating off. And that right there is a lot of energy and a lot of hours, a lot of
Yeah.
hours, the day before the weigh-ins, man, that you're sacrificing. And then on top of that, after that, man, once you do make weight, you got 6 or 7 hours to fall asleep, but you're not
Yeah.
falling asleep because you're fucking dehydrated and you gotta drink, and you're just thinking about drinking and stuff like that. So all that is just, it's a really dark time during those times if you're not really, making the weight right.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you for that, Jam. Um, Anytime I interview a champion, I always love to ask this, man. Just describe that feeling of becoming a world champion, because even though right now, like I said, this you're fighting Friday, they can never erase the fact that you were the IBF champion. Just describe that feeling when you became a world champion, because that's the highest level that you can achieve as a professional prize fighter. So just walk us through that. What was that feeling like when you became the IBF champion?
Oh, it was the best feeling in the world. I mean, knowing that I'm a 2012 Olympian, and a lot of
Yeah,
fighters are not even Olympian at that, man. I'm very very honored to be and have accomplished in my life. But also to just be an IBF world champion as well, boxing world champion. It was everything I ever dreamed of, man. I've focused my whole entire life to get to that point, and I achieved it not only for myself, but for my family, for my loved ones, for everybody that has been rooting for me, and just trusting in God, and man, and knowing that everything that I've been through in life was all for a reason, and I was very very thankful to accomplish that. But after that, man, um, I just I fell into a place where I didn't have that motivation anymore. I felt like I already accomplished everything, and I started falling away from the sport. I started slacking off. I was partying. I was celebrating. I was, um, freaking hanging out with people. Not even taking the sport serious. Not even training every day and stuff like that, man. So, it kind of I've kind of, experienced it all already, man. And now that I'm getting this other chance to, fight again, I really want to, put a stamp in the in the boxing, man, in the legacy of Joseph Diaz, and in the Boxing Hall of Fame, where I came back again, man. I really want to stamp my name in the Hall of Fame, dude. So that is my mission now, man. I already accomplished being a world champion. I already accomplished being an Olympian. I already accomplished living the lavish lifestyles, having all the parties, doing all that stuff. And now it's finally making a stamp in the legacy in the Hall of Fame, making sure that everybody, will always remember my name in the boxing world. So it all starts come April 27th, man. I'm locked in and I want to be champ again. So I'm gonna go out there and give a excellent performance come Saturday night.
definitely, definitely. Now, not without giving too much of the game plan away and what you've been working on in camp. What can we expect April 27th in Fresno?
2012 Olympian, man. A 2012 Olympian, a good boxer, dude. A good boxer, a guy that is very, very smart in the ring, a guy that is going to be able to, you know, adapt in there and just adjust and, hit and not get hit. I'm going to really just um, make him feel my punches, but be smart in there. And once I see him hurt, I'm going to go for the kill.
Definitely, definitely. Now, a guy like you, man, like you've been in there with pretty much a who's who: Gary Russell Jr., Devin Haney, Tevin Farmer, Javier Fortuna. Do you find it hard to get fights when God, your name is brought up for guys, and being like I said, that resume that you have, a lot of fighters turn the fight down because of who you are and who you've been in there with. Do you get that a lot in this game?
No, man, I'm very, very thankful, dude. That I'm very thankful that, despite, I mean, I fought a lot of guys, but despite the losses that I had in my career, I still create opportunities to, still get big fights and to still, be known and to have a good fan base and to still fight for what I love, dude. And that's what I want to do this time around, man. This Oscar Duarte is a very, very tough fight again, but I want to showcase to everybody that I'm back. I'm back, and I can fight the top dogs. Anybody, man. Anybody that the Golden Boy wants me to fight, I'm willing to fight, man, because I'm fighting for a good reason, and I'm fighting for what I love and what I want to do in life, and to just be happy overall, man. So I'm just anxious to get in there, and like I said, man, come Saturday night, you guys are gonna see a new spark in Joseph Diaz.
Definitely, definitely, and please emphasize more on that because we're in a day and time now, right? As boxers, guys think if you lose a fight that your career is over. You know, fighters lose fights. It's not you're not gonna have the Rocky Marciano or the Floyd Mayweather undefeated careers. Fighters, every once in a while might get a hiccup, but just emphasize on that fact that like one loss, two losses, three losses doesn't define a fighter's career.
You know what? It's really, really hard for fighters to remain hopeful and to gain confidence, especially after they lose fights. You know how the game is, man. You know how the people are. The tweets start tweeting. People start commenting a lot of opinions. This start getting into people's head. And then people that were around you end up leaving and stuff like that. So it gets dark, man. It really gets dark for fighters, dude. But like I feel like with myself, man, I was able to overcome, and I'm just very, very thankful to just keep on having that vision, man. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. If you lose, for all you fighters, man, don't lose hope. If you want to keep on fighting, and if you think that you guys are the best, keep on working out, man. Stay dedicated to the sport of boxing. Stay committed and keep on working. If you guys don't do that, if you guys just dwell on your loss and start fucking feeling sad for yourself and start drinking and start partying and thinking that everything's it's over, then of course life's gonna get fucking miserable and shit's gonna happen. But if you could constantly have that positive mindset and think better and think that there's a change, and you constantly work for that change, then things are gonna be aligned, man, in that change, dude. And that's what I did, man. I didn't lose hope. I kept to the vision, and I kept on training after my loss this last fight. Even though I know I won, I kept on focus. And now, God and Golden Boy and Rick Mirrigan, my manager, are setting this fight up for me again. And I'm just thankful. And I got to just go out there and execute now. So this is my opportunity to do that. So, fighters, don't lose hope, man. Continue to pray, continue to talk to God. And like I said, man, don't let the outside world get to you, man. Don't let the personal issues get to you. Stay committed to what you guys want to do in life.
Definitely tunnel vision. And I want to ask you this. Boxing is, a one-on-one sport, because you're the one getting in that ring. But how important is it to have a solid team around you? Guys that are gonna be on top of you, get on like, tell you, yo, man, you're moving wrong. Not the yes men guys that's just there just to be there, but having those, real sturdy guys that are like, yo, come on, JoJo, get it together. You're fucking up. How important is that?
Oh, it's very important, man. It's very important, and you got to understand that your team is not are not your friends. Those are the people that you're paying. Those are the people that you're paying. So everybody is. It's all a team, man. You're the fighter. You're the one that's gonna be. You're the one that's willing to go and fight. You're the one that is willing to go and train, put the hours in the work. But everybody else on your team has their job as well, and they got to be responsible in their task as well. And you got to make sure that you guys have everybody has a solid team like that, man, because it could get so easily, um, convinced or manipulated where people start thinking they're your friends, and then you start slacking off a little bit and stuff like that, and you start taking it a little lighter than you actually should, when boxing is not a game. This sport is not a game, man. It's really life threatening and stuff, and people are really fighting for their lives out here, dude. So you really got to take it serious, and you got to ask and make sure that your team is also serious as well.
Definitely, definitely. Now, not looking past this Saturday fight card, but after this fight card and a successful victory, what else does 2024 have in store for Joseph Diaz?
I'm just gonna execute my game plan come Saturday night, man. I'm really gonna give a good fight for all the fight fans. An explosive fight. You guys are gonna love my performance, and I'll let Golden Boy Oscar De La Hoya and them get at me after the fight, and we'll talk whoever we want to fight after that. But as far as right now, I'm just gonna go out there, be the best I could be come Saturday night, win, and then we'll talk opponents after. I'm willing to fight anybody though.
I know you are. You've been in there with just about anybody. Let everybody know before I let you go where they can find you out on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, things like that.
Yeah, guys, you guys, I'm on social media. I'm on Twitter, Joseph Diaz Jr., and I'm on Instagram as well, Joseph Diaz Jr. Make sure you guys tune in once again. Thank you guys for all your support. Make sure you guys, say a prayer every day. Try to get closer to God and just, keep on fighting the good fight, guys.
Definitely. Appreciate your time, champ, and best of
All
luck
right, brother.
Saturday night.
Thank you, man. Take care.
Thank you. Yes, that was Joseph Diaz, 2012 Olympian, former IBF champion. He's up Saturday night on the Zone Golden Boy, April 27th. Undercard action of the, what is that, Ramirez, Virgil Ortiz. I might have said that wrong. I know it's Virgil Ortiz is the headliner, but he's also on that card as well. Definitely check that out. I am going to wrap this up. I might jump back on, but you know how we've been moving and grooving. Because this is his interview, and I want to keep the interviews. But give me about 2 minutes, and I'll jump right back on, and we could chop it up. This is the Source Experience, the news by Shanewz. Shanewz Boxing, media marketing agent. But hey, what do I know? Got him. You do have options.
Yo, shout out to the Source Talk podcast. You already know the vibes. Jack and Fitness. This is Andrew.
Like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
This is your boy Jamel Superfire Herring, and I'm with the best in the world, the best from Long Island, the Source Talk podcast. Hey, we doing big things. Shout out to everybody out there in LI as well. Superfire, salute.
Yes.